themselves. John and Criss, Savatage as a band are based in sunny Florida, and yet here you are in a very cold and windy Europe, recording your third album. Why have you come to Europe to do it? Why not stay in the States?
We've been trying to get over here for a long time. Money hasn't been, on independent labels, the money's not really there to get around that much. So we decided that since we had a nicer budget this time, and Power of the Night did well, that we'd come over here, do it over here, be able to do maybe a few shows and just get to meet some of the people over here. So we said, let's go over there and do it.
Power of the Night, which you've mentioned, was your last album, of course, and that was your first for Atlantic, which is the major deal you now have. So obviously there's a bigger budget for you to do this record with. How are things going on the album at the moment?
Things are going great, don't you think?
Definitely great.
What stage have you reached in the recording?
We're at
vocal tracks. We have all the lead tracks and the basic tracks.
Do you have a title for this new album yet? Is there a title for it?
No, we have 6 or 7 titles.
We're tossing titles.
And it's like we're at the point now where we're just ready to take all of them, put them on a piece of paper, throw them in a hat, and pull them because we like them all and we can't decide. So we're just, we're still in the process of making a decision because the album is different from the mainstream Savatage stuff.
Yes,
so
because for the last album, Power of the Night, you used Max Norman to produce at Bearsville Studios in New York. Now, Max is very much a heavy rock producer. He's worked with Ozzy Osbourne, Loudness, people like that. And yet for the new one, you're using Stefan Gelfass, who produced John Waite's last album, Mask of Smiles. Does that mean Savatage are becoming more of a lightweight proposition?
No, I wouldn't say a lightweight proposition. I'd say we're boldly going to go where no band has gone before. It's a great line. And what it is, basically what we're doing is we're trying to come up with a style of heavy rock that's not only very heavy, because we like to play heavy music, but that also has different atmospheres and different things about it. I don't call it commercial. There are some things that people would term commercial on the record, but I like them. I think they're a heavy kind of commercial. It's something that's not been done before.
Yeah, what this album is showing is really showing the versatility of the band.
I mean, we've done 3 heavy albums, really, and we can play heavy metal. We do play it. We like to play it, and there is heavy metal on this album, but we need to play some other things because it's like enough already. We need to expand and, get some new ideas and some new instrumentation into it.
I understand there is a cover version of Wishing Well, the old Free song on the album. And that's been done before by people like Gary Moore and Blackfoot, and they stuck very close to the original. How have you approached the song?
Very aggressive.
Yeah.
It's a very aggressive approach. It's good. We quite like it. It's really nice. We were going to do it when we did the show last week, but we didn't do it.
The show you're referring to was the show at the Marquee,
yeah,
which I went along to see and was very impressed with. Savatage definitely are a very heavy band.
Definitely.
And I think you tend to be lumped in with the thrash metal brigade quite a lot.
Yeah,
does that please you, or are you upset about that?
We're very upset about being, like I said before, we love heavy metal. We do play heavy metal, but we play other things too. And I don't like being stuck, we don't like being restricted into that heavy metal thing. Like if you do anything else, we're going to hate you. It's like, that's like, shows me they have no room to expand. If somebody doesn't do something about expanding heavy rock, well, it's just going to turn into everything else and just go out the window and be gone.
So what is different about the rock music that you're playing as opposed to a band like, say, Metallica or Anthrax?
Because it's more, there's more instrumentation used, different beat approaches, styles, and things like that, to where it's not more straightforward, over the top, until your head explodes stuff, which I love to listen to. But I mean, after 10 tracks, it's like, okay, after 3 or 4 tracks, it's enough, And this is like real heavy stuff. And it'll come around with something that's completely off the norm. I mean, we have, I'll even give a little, we have a classical, real classical intro to this one song called The Edge of Midnight, which is one of the heaviest songs we've ever done. But it's just got this weird classical quartet and, what do you call it? What was the other thing we were using on there? Cellos and violins. It makes you feel like you're on like a sidewalk cafe for a moment. For about 30 seconds, and then all of a sudden it's just, and it comes into it. We use it as like flavoring. We have one song that has cellos heavy, heavy played cellos through certain kind of effects played throughout the whole song. It sounds like a very evil guitar in the background, just going rum, brum, brum, brum. I think people are going to like it. I think
it sounds like a different type of record.
It's
Will you be
different.
recording videos to time with this album?
Some, yeah. It's a stage where we have to sit down with Atlantic and go through what tracks they want to, you know, go with.
Because you haven't recorded a video as yet, have
No,
you?
not yet. We're doing something off of Sirens and something off of Dungeons when we get back to New York.
Right.
But those will be more of just a live, you know, video.
I think it's fair to say that you're actually the first band to appear on the Power Hour, not having made a video. So
Are we?
to get around this tricky problem, I'm going to leave it up to you to pick what we're going to see next. Which
Oh,
video would you
great.
like to see?
I like to see Perfect Strangers, Deep Purple.
I'm glad you said that. Very good choice.
Great.
It's Perfect Strangers.